In the early 18th century, a story of piracy, cursed treasure, and forbidden love begins, starting with a tragic shipwreck and a fateful encounter that changes the lives of several people forever. Governor Weatherby Swan, a nobleman from Port Royal, Jamaica, embarks on a voyage aboard the HMS Dauntless with his daughter, Elizabeth Swan, a spirited and curious young woman. Alongside them is Lieutenant Norrington, a dutiful officer of the British Navy, and their crew. During their travels, they rescue a shipwrecked survivor, a young boy named Will Turner who has been stranded at sea after a devastating disaster. As a gesture of kindness, Elizabeth befriends the boy and, in the course of their interaction, takes a mysterious gold medallion from around his neck. Little does she know that this seemingly innocuous act will set off a chain of events that will forever alter her fate and the fate of those around her. As they sail, Elizabeth spots a distant ship on the horizon, its black sails ominously fluttering in the wind. The sight of this vessel, the Black Pearl, will haunt her dreams and spark the beginning of a grand and dangerous adventure. Fast forward 8 years, and Port Royal has changed. The young Elizabeth has grown into a beautiful woman, still living under her father's protection and the ever-watchful eye of Lieutenant Norrington, who has since been promoted to Commodore. The promotion ceremony is a momentous occasion, but it is overshadowed by an unexpected arrival in the port. The notorious pirate captain, Jack Sparrow, Jack, a swashbuckling rogue with a mysterious past and a reputation for getting into and out of trouble, arrives in Port Royal in grand fashion. His ship, the Black Pearl, anchored off the coast. After the ceremony, Norrington takes the opportunity to propose to Elizabeth, hoping to solidify their future together. However, the corset that she wears to the ceremony is too tight, and in a moment of faintness, she collapses and falls into the ocean. As she plunges into the water, the gold medallion that she had taken from Will all those years ago emits a strange, mystical pulse. Unbeknownst to her, the medallion is a crucial piece of a cursed treasure, and its proximity to the sea activates an ancient magic. Jack Sparrow, ever the opportunist, dives into the water to rescue Elizabeth, pulling her from the depths and escaping, just as Norrington realizes that the pirate before him is none other than Jack Sparrow. A confrontation ensues between Will and Jack, leading to a duel. Will, determined to protect Elizabeth, fights fiercely but is ultimately unable to overpower the cunning pirate. Jack is arrested and imprisoned, but that night, disaster strikes. Port Royal is attacked by the crew of the Black Pearl, the very ship that Elizabeth had seen so many years ago, and the pirates are in search of the medallion. In the chaos, Elizabeth is captured and taken aboard the Black Pearl, where she is brought face to face with Captain Barbassa, the leader of the pirate crew. Barbassa explains the dark history of the cursed treasure. The medallion is one of 882 gold pieces that were originally used as a bribe to stop his slaughter of the Aztec people. The Aztec gods, angered by the greed of the men who took the gold, placed a curse upon it. Those who possessed the gold would be doomed to an eternity of immortality, transforming into skeletal, undead creatures. Barbassa and his crew found the treasure at Isla de Morta, but their attempt to lift the curse failed because they never completed the ritual. To break the curse, they must return all the gold to its rightful place and offer a drop of blood from each of the crew members. However, one vital piece is still missing: the blood of Bootstrap Bill, a long-lost member of the crew who was tragically cast into the sea years earlier. Barbassa believes that Elizabeth is the daughter of Bootstrap Bill, as she is carrying the last gold piece that her father had once given to him. Desperate to save Elizabeth, Will, who has secretly fallen in love with her, decides to free Jack Sparrow, knowing that only Jack has the knowledge and skills necessary to rescue her. The two form an uneasy alliance and fake a theft of the Dauntless, prompting Norrington to chase them aboard the HMS Interceptor. Their journey takes them to the pirate haven of Tortuga, where they recruit a crew, including the loyal Joshua Gibbs, who shares Jack's deep knowledge of the pirate world. Gibbs reveals Jack's dark past as the former captain of the Black Pearl and how Barbassa betrayed him, leaving Jack stranded on a deserted island. On Isla de Morta, the confrontation reaches its peak. Jack, Will, and Elizabeth infiltrate the treasure cave, where Barbassa attempts to perform the blood ritual using Elizabeth's blood. However, things do not go as planned, and Elizabeth will narrowly escape with the medallion in hand. Jack, however, is captured once again and imprisoned on the Black Pearl. A fierce battle ensues between the Black Pearl and the Interceptor, and when Will learns that his bloodline connects him to Bootstrap Bill, he surrenders in an attempt to save Elizabeth. Barbassa, in a moment of ruthless triumph, destroys the Interceptor and captures its crew. leaving Jack and Elizabeth stranded on a deserted island. In an act of clever resourcefulness, Elizabeth uses the rum from their island to create a signal, alerting the British Navy to their location. The crew arrives just in time to rescue her. In exchange for saving Will from Barbaza's clutches, Elizabeth agrees to marry Norrington as a gesture of gratitude for his role in the rescue. That night, however, Jack and Norrington form an unlikely alliance to strike at the pirates on Isla de Morto. Norrington plans to ambush the pirates and eliminate them once and for all. But Jack, ever the schemer, convinces Barbossa to delay lifting the curse until after the pirates have dealt with Norrington's men. The battle reaches its height as Jack hides the last of the cursed medallions, frees Will, and engages Barbossa in a duel. As Norrington's men fight the now mortal pirates, Elizabeth secretly frees Jack's crew from the Black Pearl, determined to help save both Jack and Will. In a final confrontation, Jack shoots Barbossa and Will returns the last medallion with his own blood, breaking the curse. Barbossa, now mortal, succumbs to Jack's bullet, and his crew is either killed or surrenders. The curse is broken, and the once immortal pirates are now subject to the finality of death. Back in Port Royal, Will confesses his love for Elizabeth, and the two share a moment of deep connection. In a daring rescue, Will frees Jack from the gallows, and together they fight off the soldiers who are intent on capturing the pirate. Elizabeth, standing by her true love, declares that she will marry Will instead of Norrington, shocking the Commodore and the rest of the onlookers. As Jack makes his escape, he is confronted by Norrington, who reluctantly gives Jack a head start before pursuing him. Governor Swan, now seeing the love between his daughter and Will, gives his blessing to their union. Jack Sparrow, meanwhile, sails off into the unknown, once again becoming the captain of the Black Pearl as it disappears over the horizon, ready for new adventures on the high seas. The story, while complete in this chapter, leaves the door open for the continued escapades of pirates, treasures, and curses that will follow. This tale of adventure, betrayal, love, and redemption serves as a thrilling reminder of the unpredictable nature of life on the high seas, where even the most unlikely alliances can change the course of history. The journey of Jack Sparrow, Elizabeth, Will, and the crew of the Black Pearl is far from over. But for now, they sail into the horizon, free from the curse that had once bound them all.